Teichmann.
Stand up.
You are brought before this court on the charge of having criminally aided and abetted the commission of an unlawful act, to wit, enticing a person of minor age to commit prostitution. I must say the affidavit submitted to us fully failed to explain any justifiable circumstance under which a mother could commit such an act. Now there remains for us one question. Will you testify as a witness in your own behalf?
Yes.
Yes.
The events in chronological order, I believe, will help us to understand what happened in this case. Tell me, the day when your son... Tell us about Klaus meeting up with the man called Dr. Boris Winkler, please.
What do you know about it? Did your son say anything about this meeting? It's important for us to know, Mrs. Teichmann.
Yes. It was March, as far as I know. I don't know. I forget the exact date it was. Klaus did say something to me about it. School was over for the day. He was coming out of school. He was going to get his motorcycle. And then Dr. Winkler came over and spoke to him.
Hello there, Klaus Teichmann.
That's me.
Good day, I'm Boris.
Boris?
Yes, didn't Manfred mention Boris to you?
Dr. Boris Winkler, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, he told me quite a
I
lot.
spotted you right away. He told me about you. A good description he gave me, I must say. Manfred's ill and wants to see you, so what do you say?
Oh, I can't come today. It's my mother's birthday.
Oh, I promised I'd bring you. He was certain you'd come.
Oh, well, I guess I could.
In my car, you'll be there in 5 minutes.
Thank you. I've got my motorcycle there, Dr. Winkler.
Don't call me Dr. Winkler. My friends' friends are my friends. Just say Boris.
Thank you, Boris.
Manfred tells me you like to paint. I'd be very interested to see some of your things. Why don't you come to see me?
Yes. When Manfred feels well, I'll come with him.
You don't have to wait for him.
Thank you, Boris.
Is Klaus here yet?
No, only Uncle Max, Mr. Teichmann.
Ah, you're home early, dear.
Naturally, the birthday cake brought him home.
Max thinks only about eating and birthdays don't count. Klaus, where is he?
Oh, he'll be here soon, Werner.
You'd think he'd be on time just for once on his mother's birthday.
No.
Ah, the meat's done already. Klaus still isn't here.
I know. I can always put it back in the oven.
Yes, do that, Gerda.
Oh, you say it's my fault that I haven't cooked the meat.
Good, we'll do that, because I don't want Klaus to get into trouble.
Southerly winds drift down to find you out in wild forests, and the forest is all of the world, shining up, holding you down. There's beauty in the night.
Winds drifting. I feel as if it were music.
I wanted you to see it.
Yes, the first time you're in the news. A day like this comes only once. I must go. It's late and it's my mother's birthday.
Tell me, what did you think of Boris? Did he know you right away?
Yes.
He's quite a guy.
He's all right, I guess. He made me feel uncomfortable.
Bet he liked you.
When you're better, we'll go to see him, eh?
He saw your picture there. Help me bring up the board, will you? He found the picture brilliant and he wants to see more. He's an art dealer by profession. He might get you in the papers too, you know.
I see. He got it printed for you,
Oh,
eh?
sure, he did it all. And I know he's got plenty of friends. He could do a lot for you. And I know he likes you.
Really, all this modern art is confusing, you know? Is this thing really supposed to be an airplane?
You're old-fashioned.
I know I wouldn't like to fly in it. My only fear is that the thing would go up.
Oh, don't be so dull about it, Max. 5 nights is all he took to paint it. I think it's good.
It's good the title's been put there. What I mean is, on any side, it's just as good.
They're always praising him.
Praise helps nothing. I wish he were more normal. Why must we sit here waiting for our praiseworthy son?
Now, listen to me, my dear Werner. You're being a bit unreasonable. Why, the boy's first in his school. That proves the boy must be talented. I'd be proud.
He's not satisfied having a son who has talent. I know what Werner would like, another bank director.
And say that I do?
It's all right for us. Our Klaus will be a big man.
We'll see.
My son Peter is very fresh. He's never at home, and he's behind in his classes, and unpunctual, too. And if he had a talent like that, I'd be happy.
But he's normal, I guess.
What's it all about?
It has no name yet. It was Boris who found me this.
Oh. Why, that's terrific, you know. It's painting set to music. my father heard music like this, he wouldn't let me play it.
Shh, listen to this. It's called Shadows.
It's marvelous.
Get up!
Yes?
Well, what about my dinner? We're waiting long enough.
Yes, we'll start now.
You know, that girl wouldn't stay very long in my house.
What do you mean?
Oh, Peter likes anything in skirts.
I wish he'd teach my boy.
Oh, you mean to say girls aren't on his mind yet? Oh, you know, the kids of today, they start earlier than we did.
He completely ignores them, Max. Girls don't interest him. He meets only his terrible friends.
I see.
And there's my father at home. I don't think my father was ever young. If you heard him talk about you. If my mother weren't home, let's face it, I'd be out. So long.
Coming home at 3 to eat?
Oh, my, it is late. How's the boss?
Do you really have to ask?
Hasn't he gone to business?
No, he's waiting for you.
Well, then. Pudding.
Oh, my, you look like you were racing around again.
A new style.
No. And don't you think you're spending too much time with that Manfred?
I had to. He's sick. Is the bank director sore, do you think?
Klaus, you're speaking about your father.
I'm sorry, Mother. Sometimes I forget it.
Yet you didn't forget to go to Manfred's today. Is Manfred very sick?
He had a new record. Some music.
Your father thinks perhaps you're ill too, Klaus.
I'm not sick at all. I couldn't feel better.
You're sick through him.
Through Manfred? Who says so?
Your father's only human.
I don't understand.
Then let your father make it clear. He's waiting for you.
Oh.
If he's really sick, I can't see it.
Oh.
Klaus. I'm concerned about you.
You're worried because you don't understand.
What is there to understand? We've all had friendships. But it was never the way it is between you and Manfred.
You really want me to explain? For you, business is all. Painting and poetry are nothing. You live the bank until you go to sleep. And that's it, Father.
Very astute. Only the bank offers you the chance to find the beauties you seek from life because of it's where the cash is from. It's how this culture your father can't understand is provided.
Anytime we talk, it must be of cash. Admit it.
Ah, money is reality, my son.
Ah, pictures, literature, music, they're reality to me.
I've talked with your mother, and now I feel that the hour has come. In fact, I feel, Klaus, that it may be too late. You've been living in a dream. And I think that this Manfred thing ought to finish now. It's better for you and for him.
Manfred is my friend. He'll remain my friend.
Don't argue with me. Uncle Max told me today that Peter and Renata have invited you to dances several times. How about that?
Yes?
You never went to them?
No.
Tomorrow night there'll be a big affair at their place, and you will be there.
If you order me.
I don't care how you feel. You just be there because I say so.
All right. I'll go.
Oh, our sick poet is here again.
You talk too much.
Bright eyes, you well again?
Harry. Hey, Manfred, you write poetry.
Hello.
Oh, come on, please.
Leave me alone.
Let me alone.
Look, I want you to do me a favor. Will you write a poem, draw a poem for me? I got a crush on a girl. I know you don't like girls, but you can use your imagination.
Please. Let me alone. Come on, please. Hey, let me down.
Dude, don't you, Frank?
Down.
Sure, I want a poem. Hurry. He's a coward. He's coming.
Here now, come to order.
I must tell you all that the time for fighting is over now, gentlemen. My dear Teichmann, shall I bring this to your parents' notice? Neglecting your books now and fighting?
It won't occur again.
You should follow the example of the ancient Greeks and try to convince the others with spiritual arms.
Some turn out to be unfortunate spiritually.
Yes, that's true. I know. Now, this isn't my business, but was this a private quarrel?
Yes, private.
I see. Weingart, go on out and wash yourself and don't take ours. We haven't got all day. Now, I expect you gentlemen to memorize. If you don't stop, you'll get my cane. We'll turn all these high spirits off and turn to page 37. Translate it beginning at the top of the page.
Thank you.
You don't have to thank me.
Listen, I have my novel finished. You're coming to hear it if you can. When can you come? Tonight?
No, I must go out. I'm to go out dancing tonight at the lake.
Do you have to be there?
Quiet, gentlemen. No talking.
I'll be back early from Uncle Max's. I'll meet you later.
Astonishing. You dance nicely.
These waltzes are so dull. I like rock and roll better.
Klaus, you must be tight. I'm really surprised. You're not supposed to like girls. They all say that about you to me.
Who said that? Who said that? I really want to know.
Why get so excited? Dance over there.
Now, I really want to know who said that.
Oh, but not here. Come.
Hey, cut it out. I want to know who said that to you.
They all do. Father, Peter, everyone says so.
Ah, everyone.
Well, aren't you going to deny it?
No. Here's why. Can't you see how silly you girls can be? And all the rumpus you cause in my class. It makes me sick.
Oh, are cousins all so silly?
Huh. They're little sillies. Hey, cut it out, or I'll shake you off that tree like a plum.
Oh, rock and roll. Let's dance and be a little silly.
Yes, come on.
So that's why he's been delayed. That female. Hey, please.
Yes? What is it? Oh, you're locked out. Are you coming to the party? Oh, lots of nice girls. Don't you want to come inside? Come in and have some.
No, thank you very much. I must speak to Klaus Teichmann. It's about school.
And so?
Could you ask him to come out here for a moment?
No, come with me.
Then I couldn't get away.
All right, I'll go tell him his friend's here.
Manfred Glass.
Manfred Glass. Oh, this is Manfred Glass. Now, isn't that interesting? Now, you just wait here a minute. He'll come right out. Very interesting.
Jane, you're so quiet tonight.
I was reading.
You're not reading at all. It's been an hour since you turned a page. What are you thinking about?
Oh, you know.
No, I don't. What is it?
You.
Hmm? Is that all?
Werner, have you had a chance to read The Third Sex?
You've read it, Christa.
And what did you think?
Naturally, I've been aware of them.
Yes, them.
I'm going to sleep. You think too much with all that reading.
Won't you wait up till he comes in?
He may not come till 3 in the morning.
And then you'll be angry, Werner.
No, when the boy's with girls, I don't complain, and then tomorrow's Sunday. Come.
I'll wait up a little. He's always hungry when he gets home.
I'm sure your brother will see that he's well fed. Good night.
Good night, Werner.
Don't make such a fuss. I'm here now, aren't I? What do you call your novel? The Rainbow.
Don't speak so loud. My mother's not feeling well.
You look at me as if I were a criminal.
There are crimes without the law being broken, like what you did to me tonight.
You speak to me in riddles. Tell me, what's the matter?
You were to read my novel, and I waited for you. I went to fetch you, and I was watching you. Some were dancing.
What do you mean? Tell me.
I mean, I saw you touch her body and her face. To think that you'd do anything like that. Can't you see how upsetting for me it was?
I shouldn't dance?
Yes, but not with this girl.
Are we here to talk about Renata, or are we going to read your novel now?
Come tomorrow to Boris's.
Tomorrow is Sunday.
Yes, please, Klaus, you must make it. I promise. You mustn't let me down again.
My father told me I can't go out.
I promised Boris you'd be along if I read my novel to you first, and now you won't come for it. I guess that's all. I'm so disappointed.
Look, I'll get there some way.
Thank you, Klaus.
And now comes the rainbow.
The rainbow. That day, for the summer storms had brought out a dozen rainbows, and each one reflected itself in the yellow puddles of clay in the valley. The darkness fell quickly, and it was as if the moon was reflecting itself.
Your keys, I suppose?
Yes, I forgot them again.
Tell me, you're just getting home from the dance now?
No. Yes, naturally.
That Renata called you.
When?
It was around 12.
What did she say?
She went on and on. She said you were at the party and then left, and that's about all.
The little idiot? Did Father talk to her about this?
I did. They didn't even hear the phone. Tell me, you spent all this time up at Manfred's, huh?
You won't tell the old man about it, will you?
Mm-mm.
Thanks. You're a sweetheart. Go to sleep now.
Werner, you build up the thing so.
You think it's all right that the boy lies?
No, but you carry on all the time.
I don't want any. I've had about enough.
We've also lied in our youth to our parents.
Well, not like this, I didn't. I told my father a few lies once in a while.
Yes, but you did do it.
Oh, he's just young. All young people lie.
Well, who's getting lessons here, me or my son?
Lessons keep on as long as a man lives, Werner.
I could kick myself for telling you anything about the story at all. But my Renata was so upset when he left suddenly with this boy. Right in the middle of everything.
Why didn't you tell the boy that he must stay?
How was I to know he'd go off with this Manfred right away?
Oh.
He's got his own way to find. Any young person must go through this when he doesn't know where he...
Where he should go, right? Well, I'd be nowhere if I depended on others to show the way.
I'm sure your father had an easier time.
That you can bet on. Now, what are you trying to get at? Your son and this Manfred are so involved, I don't know what to do. I've been inquiring about this boy, Manfred Glass, and I know this. This youngster has been a homosexual, I found out. I know you don't like words like this, but it's time someone said them. Any healthy youth would give this Manfred up. Only your son, the genius, he goes with him, spends his time with him. And whatever this underbaked pigeon says to him is gospel.
Underbaked pigeon?
Yes, it's what he looks like. Take a good look sometime.
Underbaked pigeon's good.
When I tell him that, it's all mumbles and groaning. And what do you know, Father?
Oh.
I tell you this thing is not as light as you make it out.
My aim is to stand by the boy. What do you want me to do?
Do? What is it we can do?
Think of it as an illness that he has.
Illness.
I've been reading about this, and there are cures today. Won't you listen?
I'll work it out, but not with your ridiculous psychology and your toleration for
For what?
Christa, I don't want to hurt you, but I have to. I've locked him up.
What? You locked him up?
Yes, I'm determined to keep the boy in his place. When he said he was going out with his friend Manfred again tonight, I said that he mustn't.
I hope you know what you did tonight. Doing that just now isn't very sensible.
Now, will you please do it my way? I know that I'm right, and I expect my son to obey my commands and never to see them, Fred.
He's a bit strong. I wouldn't.
I'd have started sooner if I'd have known. And now he'll explain to me just what happened last night. I want to see him.
I beg you, Werner, please don't make any more scandals now.
The poor boy.
Klaus. Klaus?
Here we are, waiting down here. He's in the room, booming. Only the booming isn't going on.
When someone sees you in this state, they wonder about your marriage.
Oh, Werner is the best man in the world.
Oh? I wonder if you're really so happy, dear.
Is he coming down already? Where are you going?
Your son is gone.
Why is he my son? He's also yours. Whenever you're angry, he's my son. I thought you locked the door.
Criminals, take to the window.
Oh, he's not a real boy, isn't he?
My son is not a criminal. I forbid it, treating Klaus this way.
Do you know where Klaus is?
Don't shout at Gerda like that.
As far as I know, he's at Manfred's tonight.
Did he say that to you when he was running away? Tell me, I want to know.
I saw him crawl out of the window, and I felt...
You saw him then?
I helped him, sure.
Helped him escape?
How could I let him fall, Mr. Teichmann?
It gets better and better. You kept silent, didn't you? When was all this?
It was only an hour ago.
Why did you have to betray us like that?
Being locked in a room, sir, wouldn't be very nice.
That's revolution. I know. I'll go to Manfred.
A moment. I'm coming with you. You're much too upset.
You'd be smarter if you go to Dr. Winkler's.
Dr. Winkler, who is he?
Oh, some man who's interested in young artists.
But I never heard of this. What kind of interest is this, young artists?
Klaus says the doctor is interested in them for art's sake. But he was afraid you would be too... Oh, what do I know?
There you are, the boy's in a circle where he meets this kind. That's how they become criminals nowadays.
You talk nonsense about things no one knows.
Oh, but I saw it in the paper last week. This 19-year-old boy murders a woman, and he murders her in order to steal. With a hammer, that's the sort of thing they do. It's awful. And that boy came from those same artistic circles.
Yes, I happened to read it.
You see?
Now you make Klaus into a murderer.
What? I do?
This is all going a bit too far. I'll come with you to see Manfred, and we'll find out what this Winkler wants. You're both hysterical.
Come over here. This is where the music comes out. You see, it's the speaker.
I never saw an instrument like that.
Yes. You'll see many more surprising things after a time.
Electronic music.
Yes. Concrete music. This is Klaus. Klaus is a painter. Someday he'll be in the museums, but tonight he's going to show us some of them here.
Concrete music, Doctor? What is it?
Well, the French originated these sounds, which they call musique concrète, because they felt there's a whole new world of harmony that music brings us. Music that has a relation to our daily living rather than sheer romanticism. Now, do you understand?
Yes, sure, but...
I know. Hello, Manfred.
Wonderful, isn't it?
I can't understand, Mrs. Glass, why you won't give us Dr. Winkler's address.
I don't want to cause Dr. Winkler any trouble, gentlemen. And I feel that you...
That we might be troublemakers?
Yes.
Oh, but I've no interest in that. I must find out where my son is and what kind of a man Dr. Winkler is.
He's a good man, if that helps you. He's a fine man. He's done a lot for Manfred already. He had his sonnet printed, and now there's his novel. He pays his tuition also.
Uh-huh. But don't you find it strange what he's doing?
Well, no. I'm a widow. I can't afford those things. I have no money. I couldn't send my son to a school like that. Mr. Teichmann, I know Dr. Winkler is a friend to Manfred. Well, I also know your son has been forbidden to see my son again. So you see how I feel about it.
I've nothing against your son. I must explain to you.
I'm not interested in your reasons.
It's fine if you're not interested in the company your boy keeps, but it interests me, and I really must know where my boy has been.
It's better that you go. I'm not concerned with this conversation.
All right, come on. The address of Dr. Winkler is something the police can find. He's probably notorious. Come, Max.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't mean to go to the police, does he?
Well, if you don't want to give us the address, we're forced to find it someplace else.
Only to find Klaus, you say?
Yes.
I'll give it to you. 47 Western Street.
Oh, yes. Not a bad neighborhood to be in, is it?
But you won't meet him. They won't be at the house.
No? Then where would they be?
Bars. They usually go out. I think they're open. Pigalle and the Three Fans.
And you allow Manfred to go there?
Well, you see, it's impossible to keep him away.
Yes, I understand.
Will you promise me not to make trouble for Dr. Winkler?
Trust me.
He's the only friend Manfred has who'll do any good. The only influential friend. You see, my husband was a dancer at the opera years ago. I know just what Manfred's like. It's sometimes better to face it.
I know. I know. It's life.
What did you really see there?
I don't know how you mean that.
Well, you must have seen something, even with your inner eye.
I don't know about that. It's based on Picasso with a touch of Kandinsky.
You see? Picasso, Kandinsky. But Picasso paints with Picasso's fantasy and Kandinsky with Kandinsky's. Now, when Teichmann makes up his mind to paint his own fantasies, then that will be the work of Klaus Teichmann.
Yes. You're right, Doctor. Nobody's ever explained it to me like that. I have to say I'm grateful to you.
I'm glad you feel like that. That's the sweetest thing you could ever say to me, Klaus. Thank you. To make a friend is fortunate these days.
If you knew how the family tortures me.
I want to see Dr. Winkler, please.
May I ask what it's about, sir?
To see my son, Klaus Teichmann. He's here with Dr. Winkler.
There's no one at home, sir. Dr. Winkler's gone out.
What about the music?
That's the radio. I'm permitted to listen to the radio when I'm alone.
Where can we find this Winkler?
Dr. Winkler does not tell me where he's going when he goes out.
Will he be at the Pigalle or the Three Fans?
You might try to look for him there, or else you can leave a message, and I'll tell him when he gets home.
No, thank you. We're quite capable of going out and locating the doctor ourselves. Good night.
Good night, gentlemen.
Listen to me a moment. Stop playing. Klaus, you must have read something of how the ancient Greeks used to meet in the marketplace. They finished their business, then went to the gymnasium. Health and spirit and soul of man, as Plato said. All that is now past, and today's man is catch as catch can. Enter the battlers into the arena, and the match begins. Come here.
far more exciting than they were the other night.
Gordon is better. I bet he's stronger, too. Though you certainly know how to fight if you stand up at school for Manfred.
Did Manfred say that?
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see that, too.
What?
The thing that happened in class.
Oh, that? It was nothing.
Tell me. Would you like boxing lessons? I'd be able to see you get them. We'd meet here.
I?
Well, really, why not? We'd get teachers for you.
His father was here asking for Klaus.
And so?
Dr. Winkler's gone out.
While I stand here waiting for him, seeking such a healthy man. Who's that coming round the corner? Small and gentle, sentimental. Now tonight won't be so...
How am I to know if that's a man?
It's a man.
He is? He imitates them well.
Yeah, some call it that.
She sings like a woman.
No.
What's that?
He sings.
When his name is mine to use, so come on, you do take me.
The way he makes eyes at you.
Yes, but you just watch. There, now what do you say?
I pass on, she offers us her love. She's afraid that life will turn her out, my love. Man dreams about a flower, the flowers that pass at night, and I when it gets light.
Oh, they're at the table next to us. Are they also?
All men.
No.
You want to make a little bet?
Can't be.
I'll show you. Hi, fella.
Excuse me.
What? Yes?
What do you think of that? Why, she answered.
He.
You asked for me, gentlemen?
Here's Renee. We wanted to find out if Dr. Boris Winkler is coming.
Oh, you're friends of Boris's. I didn't think I'd seen you here at the Three Fans before. I don't know. We haven't seen our friend Boris for a couple of weeks now. I hope he's not being unfaithful to us. Thanks.
She's talented, Lolita, isn't she?
Yes, she certainly is.
She's just finished in Paris.
Oh, that's wonderful, Paris.
Yes, we have only international stars, no frontiers for us.
Renee.
Oh, will you excuse me, please?
While I stand here waiting for him.
Don't make such a face.
Seeking.
When you show up at these places, you must act glad to be here.
It's too late to pretend I'm enjoying it. Because when I think that Klaus is part of all this, I forget about laughing.
You better ignore it, that's all.
Get the check for me. Let's go.
In the sky, the moon is dreaming. Here's my heart by day and night. You're the man of whom I'm dreaming. So you know just how it is, and I'm aiming for a kiss. So come on, you do take me.
Frightening. Yes, that much you can say again. Let's have another.
Okay.
Hey there. Doubles.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's so terrible that such things exist.
Oh, it's the world, my dear friend. The world is full of shadows. But the shadows are in the world, too. Prosit, Werner.
Prosit.
It helps a lot, don't you think? A Scotch beer cure when you feel badly?
Scotch beer cure? What is that?
You know, Scotch beer cure. Prosit.
I believe now that it is a kind of world that Klaus has gotten into. He's going to the dogs like those boys there.
What dogs? Where? I don't see any.
Oh, shut your mouth, Max.
I'll shut my mouth. The Scotch beer cure. Prosit.
Christa made a date with Dr. Schmidt, the psychologist. What do you think of it?
Sure, everybody goes to someone when they have troubles. Everybody goes to Schmidt.
Oh, but he's such a nice youngster. I must say, I can't help it. You're making a great deal out of this. But, Mrs. Teichmann, Something is wrong in yourself. Frankly, I need the truth.
I need to aid my son and my husband.
To begin, the way you feel is the best thing.
I refuse to believe that my son is guilty. It's why I came to see you. My son needs help. I don't know what I should do, Doctor.
Well, that all depends on the case. For now, I can understand what you're going through. It's not easy. What age is Klaus now?
18.
I could send him to a psychotherapist. But then, I'm afraid I must interview him first.
I know.
Why should you say that a boy of his age is so far gone?
Well, you see, he knows this boy, a school friend. And he persuaded Klaus to see this art dealer, and we found out this man's a...
Yes, yes. What kind of a man? I mean, what age is he?
Oh, I'd say about 50.
Oh? That is kind of dangerous for a young man, sure. There's only one answer to put forward.
Yes?
Here, medicine's useless, but there's something that can help. You must interest him in a woman, and right away. Let's face it, you've got to. If I had a son, that's what I would do.
Good day.
Hello.
How's everything, all right?
I'm finishing the laundry.
Where's Klaus?
He's studying.
At it all the time. Tell me, do you like Klaus?
Naturally, he's lots of fun.
I thought you'd really like Peter. It's what Uncle Max says.
Peter's so terribly fresh. He always tries to grab you, and then his father says, oh, he does that to all the girls.
Does it make you uneasy?
I don't like the way Peter acts. Uncle Max does.
Uncle Max thinks it's what boys should do.
I know all boys aren't like that. Klaus isn't.
I know.
I think Klaus is like a young god. Tell me, why question me like a child?
You interest me, Gerda.
These are my son's pictures here?
Yes, they're for sale, like everything else you see here. I'm an art dealer and antiquarian. I wasn't sure whether you knew it.
My son has no permission to sell these pictures without my consent.
As you see, sir, nobody's bought them yet.
I've now decided not to let my son see you. If you insist on the relationship, I'll break it.
Oh, but wait a minute. I don't force anyone to come here. Since you're the boys, as they say, educator and mentor, why not forbid it?
It happens, I'm sure you know, I've little influence on my son. What I mean is, somehow there are certain moments between a son and father...
Cigarette?
No, thanks.
Then you really do like him.
Oh, you're making fun of me, aren't you?
No, I'm very serious.
Yes, and now you know it. He's right there.
Hello, how's the washing?
What are you doing here? You said you were busy.
I am, at Manfred's.
Must you go?
Well, I've got to help him with his math today. I'll see you home. I'll be right back.
Oh, that Manfred. He's such a little four-flusher.
The main reason is Manfred Glass, but even so, I find you push us apart still further.
Well, now. These young men, you see, they come here to me because they discover something here their fathers can't give them. Spiritual understanding. Kind of mental and artistic vision. It often prepares them for a career.
As he is my son, I'll instruct him now.
You'd find it better, for instance, if he ran with loose women, people of that sort, like so many of the others.
Oh, Doctor, between those extremes, there's a normal world with normal people. I grew up in it, and I'm glad to say I'm happy in it.
Ah, yes, naturally. The world of,
Oh, please say what you meant. You mean a commonplace world.
If it comes down to that, I guess. You see, I feel it's a world where the intellectual, the modern man is choking.
Oh, but that's ridiculous. You're speaking about the world I know, where 90% of the people live without choking. I hope you realize my standpoint now, sir.
When Klaus comes here to see me, he'll find my house is open for him.
So? It's clear I must find other means.
Do you know what you're saying?
If you don't leave Klaus alone, I'll have to go where they'll help him.
You mean the police station? What have you got to say? What laws have I broken?
I'll just tell him the whole thing.
I must request that you get out of my house.
As you like, Doctor. Good day.
The evening dress? Oh, I'm sure I won't need it. Mr. Teichmann says it's only going to be a business trip.
You never know. You might go to a theater.
Oh, but no, he won't go inside a theater. You know that. Gerda. mascara. Oh, that bracelet, yes. When Klaus insists is the only time I go to the theater at home.
This is wonderful.
The bracelet I won't take with me. I should hate it if it got lost. I got it from my mother. It's a nice piece of jewelry, eh? It's a present for my daughter-in-law.
Oh, you better wait till that happens. I marked off each one you'll be taking.
I'm anxious about Klaus.
These will be enough.
I've been thinking, the men today are so... I mean the younger men. Many are so clumsy and so rude. Many of them, it seems to me, are just frightened. Don't you think it might lie with us? That it's our doing, really?
Yes, I guess so. If the individual is selfish.
When a female doesn't realize what kind of power she has over a man when he's young, it's a pity.
Klaus?
Of course. He's a man, you see. And when a woman really loves a man, she can fix anything. For her, a man can forget. Forget all the things that hurt a man.
How long are you folks going to be away?
I don't know. About a week, I think.
Why can't I be a boarder while they're gone?
I don't see why not. There's plenty of room there.
You can paint, I can write, and with our exams coming, it's better.
All right, then move in tonight, about 8.
I can't feel that's what you mean.
No, you know just what I mean. The thing that's difficult to understand is that a mother could think like that. What you doubt is that I can truly mean it.
I doubt myself.
Yes, I know. Because it's him. That man you used to go around with. Bobby, his name was. Is he forgotten?
All finished. He wasn't for me.
Well, then, I thank you for so many things.
I don't know what to say.
No, don't. You can forget what you said to me, if you want to. Here comes Werner. Didn't my husband say he'd come?
No, madam. He had quite a lot to do. But by the time you get to the office, he'll be finished, and we'll get right on the road.
Oh, all right. Oh, you came just in time.
Well, I wanted to say goodbye to you. Isn't Father here?
No, I'm going to pick him up at the office.
Now, have a good trip and listen to what I say. Don't let strange men speak to you. You be careful and go to bed early. Kiss Father for me. What are you worried about now?
Now, don't you stay out with this Manfred, or this man Boris, do you hear?
No, not every night.
Promise me?
Don't worry so about me. I've got my exams.
Yes, promise to be good.
There'll be Gerda to look after me.
Ah, youth. At last, I'm going. Goodbye.
Don't worry.
Goodbye.
Well, so we're alone.
Werner Teichmann. Anything in the files on him?
Nothing on him personally. Just a moment, Inspector. Affiliated with the bank there as manager, good family, never been arrested before, owns his own home, 50 years old.
It complains of offenses against juveniles. Dr. Boris Winkler. Boris Winkler. That name was here before this.
Well, the name came up at that young Peterson's trial a couple of months ago, Inspector. We never tried to question him, though.
We'll have to make up a complaint and find the evidence.
Does the master have any other wishes?
No, the master thanks you.
Is that your face?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like you.
It comes from the inside.
Why paint the inside?
Inside's where the soul is.
My portrait wouldn't look that way.
Yes, it would.
Oh, I'll bet you'd be surprised.
I bet I wouldn't. I'd only show your eyes. And your mouth. Open it. Don't laugh at me. Your face is all eyes, you know.
Why, that's outside.
That's Manfred. I told him he could...
What did you say?
That I'd be here alone all week and that he could stay here with me.
And your parents gone, but you're foolish having guests at night.
Can't I invite a friend overnight?
I mean, right after you promised this morning. Well, I'll get rid of him.
I thought it must be the wrong house.
Who are you?
Manfred Glass. Klaus invited me to stay.
He didn't say anything about that.
Well, that's funny. Can I see him for a minute?
No, it's impossible.
But I can't go home now with all my things.
I guess you'll have to.
Oh, but...
Good
but
night.
What's the matter?
I'm going to my room. Please turn out the lights.
Gerda?
Yes?
May I come in for a minute?
Hold it a minute. Well, I suppose you're angry that I threw Manfred out this evening.
No.
Are you sorry?
A bit, sure.
Then you could have asked him in if you're sorry.
Yes, I know I could.
Oh, but that's very sweet. You're not sorry.
No.
Is that what you came here to say?
I want to sketch you. I tried to do it by heart, but I couldn't.
Like this?
It doesn't matter what you're wearing. I'm going to do your head.
Oh, that's fortunate. Well, if you want. Do give me my slippers. It's freezing. I'm cold here. Thank you. I can do that.
Pretty feet you have.
And so what? You want to sketch that?
Your foot? No.
No? Well, here's your model, Maestro. Sit down there.
All right. Just as you like.
Am I sitting in the right light?
Your robe. Close it, Gerda. Must we hear music, huh?
Yes, it's Chopin.
Nonsense. It's not Chopin. Turn it off anyway.
Oh, you can really sketch. How big the eyes are. Why do you look at me so strangely?
I have to draw you.
Look at me like you want to.
Gerda?
What is it?
Sit over there.
Shall I wear something else?
If you want to. What's under that?
Nothing.
Oh. Well, I can't draw you like this.
Then I'll put on something else. Throw me my things, will you? I have only stockings here.
It seems that you, too, are...
What do you think I am?
You made me send Manfred away.
Oh, my.
You all think I'm not a man.
Nobody thinks that.
Except Renata, Father, Uncle Max. Everyone says so.
Now you better get out.
And if I say I'm not going?
Then I'll go.
You won't go from here.
You want me to stay here like this?
Why not?
Go put the music on.
All right. But then you must stay here.
Of staying away from me all day.
Nonsense.
We must talk about what happened at your house last night.
What's to talk about?
You invite me there, I come with my baggage, and this cow with the big eyes throws me out.
Look, Manfred, don't speak like that, do you hear? Look, you'd better get off here. I'll see you tomorrow.
What's the matter with you, Klaus?
Nothing, it's late.
Because I said something about that girl?
No, but I've got to get home.
Hey, come to Boris's tonight, please!
Hello.
Hello. Are you crazy?
I guess so. Anything good for dinner?
It's not ready.
And why not? Do I have to listen to that
Oh,
stuff?
don't be so silly. I'm glad you're early anyway. You've reformed yourself.
Mother is certainly going to like the change. But she won't know the reason.
Oh?
Gerda?
Hmm?
Did you love another man before?
Oh, you mustn't ask that, Klaus.
Did anything ever happen with him? Like with us?
But, Klaus, it's frightful of you to ask that.
Not when you really belong to someone.
Oh, but, Klaus, I'm not your wife.
Listen to me, Gerda. You are my wife now.
No. There was a man told me that once. Well, do you know how long it went on? Only a month.
There was another man, you mean? Now me. Can one forget?
Oh, don't.
You think I'm joking?
No, but you'll see how easy it is to forget when you've forgotten I ever existed.
Why do you say that? I'll never forget you.
Promise me that you won't.
Wait a minute. There's something wrong here with this thing. Would you mind holding the motorcycle a second?
I think you're crazy.
Okay, now.
Right in front of the house? What do they think of us?
No, I want them to know.
Oh, not me, I don't. Wait, not so fast. I have to lock up. Watch out or you'll hit a tree in a minute.
You afraid?
Yes. It'd be a shame to die now.
Gerda, eh?
She's a sort of a housekeeper at Teichmanns.
Attractive, is she?
She's not bad.
How long has she worked there?
I don't know, a couple of years, I guess. Klaus never spoke about her. She's ordinary, a peasant.
Suddenly Klaus is mad about this ordinary person. Interesting. How did it happen, do you think?
They were alone. She let him on, I suppose.
Will you stop that noise now? They leave the boy all alone with a pretty girl in the house.
Yes.
Isn't that something? And you want to know something else? The father has brought me up on charges.
Teichmann? Just like the swine.
I think I know what you're driving at, Commissioner. Only what do you want from me, huh? Dr. Boris Winkler had me take piano lessons. For a while. I played for his guests on an electric instrument. Do you know what an electron is?
No.
It's fascinating, really. You see, there's this electric agitator.
Agitators I know about.
There is an electric agitator that sends these vibrations to the loudspeaker through wires, you see. It's very interesting.
Very interesting. I would like you to explain this instrument thoroughly to me at another time.
Oh, you're being official.
Why laugh so much?
It's my face. Listen, Commissioner. I'm perfectly willing to be frank with you. There's nothing secretive about me.
That's sensible of you. Did Dr. Boris Winkler suggest in an unmistakable way...
I made no mistake, I assure you.
Did he attempt to kiss you? Or touch your body? How about any of the others there?
Kiss, 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 kiss. Once on the forehead. Yes.
Yes?
Oh, you know. It certainly isn't easy to remember things like that.
You're not making jokes, are you?
My goodness, no.
And you positively never witnessed any actions that...
Did you go to Dr. Winkler's to see lots of men? Is that really what you wanted to ask?
Yes, that's right.
I was busy with electrons. I wouldn't know.
Would you swear?
Naturally. On anything you like.
Tony and Hal were questioned. They'll be calling you next time. They're after everyone.
All because of Teichmann?
Yes. This Teichmann has got to be handled before it's too late. I have my plans. I'll find something to do about him. We'll fix it, I'm sure. Yes. Someone will be lying. But he will get the biggest shock of his life when he gets home, the great bank director.
And how often did you see your friend Manfred?
If you want to know, Mother, I didn't see him one single time.
Now you see, dear, how wrong you are. He didn't see Manfred.
Why do you think he didn't? I suppose it never occurred to you to wonder about that.
I'm sure you know why.
I know why. Here, when you've read this, you'll know why also.
You haven't dared.
What were you going to say?
I just wanted to tell you I was subpoenaed today. It was
You're
really
not the
amusing.
only one.
I didn't say a single word against you, really.
No
Boris.
one can. No one. That's because there's nothing to say.
You know, they put plenty of pressure on me. But I thought to myself, Boris will certainly be grateful for what I'm doing.
What's going on in that little head?
What do you mean, Boris?
I mean, how much do I pay you? So you don't think of some story to tell the police. Clear enough?
Well, I could use some cash.
How much?
The last payment on my car's due. They've been threatening me. They want to take it away from me.
I simply want to know how much.
I owe them $300.
Maurice? Maurice?
It's not a matter for the police, I said. People shouldn't be harassed. What made you do it?
I did nothing wrong.
Destroying him.
We'll see.
This thing, it's so awful.
I'm going to go through with this no matter what you think about it. It's decided. Plenty of parents will thank me for doing it.
Please close the electron and put the key on top. Here's your 300, my boy. Maurice, you see he's a blackmailer.
Boris, you must understand.
This money I've given him is to stop his spreading scandal about me to the police. My business here can't afford it. You're aware that you've committed an offense, and so I warn you to keep quiet. Get out.
You misunderstood.
Get out.
must be crazy. What's the matter with you? You torn my coat. Wait, you rat. I'll pay you for this.
I never trusted that boy, and now blackmail.
How old is Carlos?
18.
He's going to be 16.
16? He said 18.
16. Akeem gave me the hint. The money was for that.
Giving him money. If it were left to me, I'd beat the daylights out of him.
The only one who knows now is Akeem. By morning, everyone will know.
You can't pay all of them.
That wouldn't exactly worry me. But when everyone starts to gossip, well, where does it all end, huh? I better plan a little trip, I guess.
Where?
I don't know. Abroad.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go anywhere where the police don't interfere, where the police mind their business.
See us?
Will you let go? I'm busy.
Later in your room, huh?
No, I don't want you to.
They'll all be asleep. Leave the door open. I'll come, though, no matter what you say.
You'll have to break it down.
Will I?
You have a mistaken impression, Mr. Teichmann. Your charges against Dr. Winkler don't make any difference to his charges against you.
Against me?
The information we have on Dr. Winkler amounts only to empty gossip.
But it's true, isn't it? This Dr. Winkler has young men around all the time, and that he's influenced spiritually and morally.
To interest youngsters in music and poetry's no crime. It's perfectly legal.
Ah, but there's more to it than that. There must be, and my boy's being ruined. When I think of the show I saw...
I know what you're talking about, and those shows are under police supervision. Society must have a way out so that certain, let us say, inclinations are aired and given a form of escape. If we forbid it, we'd be making it worse.
But is that what the police feel? To let a boy...
But you can't call a man a criminal without conclusive evidence.
Ah, I just don't understand. You mean to calmly sit by and let my boy drown only because you've no evidence?
No, I don't think you've watched this affair so calmly, anyway, not according to this subpoena.
I don't understand.
I summoned you here to answer to charges that you have acted against the state with deliberate intent, and to find any reason why you shouldn't stand trial under paragraph 182.
Who, me? What is this paragraph?
Criminal procuring. Your offense concerns a juvenile who's your dependent, you see.
What's this all about?
Well, then I want to ask you, Gerda Butler works in your house as a maid, is that true?
Yes. Who brought her name into this?
Just a second. She's a little older than your son, true?
Yes. Why does she concern you?
You may recall to mind that you recently took a business trip with your wife, and the young lady and your son remained at home alone.
It's forbidden to take a vacation?
That's when the young lady had the occasion, shall I say, the opportunity to be with your son and to do what you'd asked, seduce him. The affidavit mentions you left town to deliberately provide the opportunity.
Oh, but that's just outrageous. Who made that statement? I'll bring charges.
It was not only Dr. Winkler, but your son says so, too.
Son?
Yes. In any case, he admitted it to a friend.
You say to a friend?
You've never heard of this?
No.
And your wife?
No.
Really?
Prostitution, Miss Butler. I can't help it. That's the legal definition. I ask you again to answer my questions clearly and precisely. Or don't you intend to answer? You just want to sit and look at me like this all day. The police just don't melt away, you know. You refuse to testify.
I'm telling you I love Klaus Teichmann, and more than that, you have no right to ask me.
Tell me, has Mrs. Teichmann given you any money?
Not outside my salary.
You had better just answer yes or no.
No.
Presents, perhaps?
Often.
I mean in the last few days since Mrs. Teichmann returned from that vacation.
No.
I asked if she gave you any presents.
No!
Ah, what made you shout? And why did you hesitate just now, my dear?
Give me a chance to think.
If you know definitely you didn't get any presents, why do you need a chance to think?
You think I didn't have the right to accept?
Naturally, you had the right to accept. Now, are you going to give evidence or not?
No, because Mrs. Teichmann didn't do what you said.
So it's Mrs. Teichmann you're protecting.
Oh, haven't you done enough? You're making it so confusing.
But you needn't be so upset, my dear. If you accepted a gift, there's nothing I can do to you. You're protecting the Teichmanns. True? Admit it.
No, I won't admit it.
I only want to know if Mrs. Teichmann's given you a gift in the last few days. Why can't you answer me?
Yes.
Jewelry?
I admit it.
You make out it's my fault. You ruined the boy and it's my fault. It's a disgrace that I must face charges of this kind that'll ruin me forever. To make me a criminal in the eyes of the law like this, I...
Won't you stop all this? It's terrible enough. For us, it's worse.
Please, you don't understand about these things. Suffering's all right. But I'm the director of an important bank.
You've made that clear, and I know all about it.
And it's very important, my dear. That's how I make a living for us.
Yes, and you'll go on making a living.
Is it true that you knew what was going on between Klaus and Gerda that week? Christa?
Yes.
Didn't you know there's a law about it?
It's not a crime.
So you knew the law better, eh?
I don't know anything, Werner.
Where are you going?
Out.
You're leaving me alone? How can you?
Oh, Werner, you know I don't know the answers.
I just want to tell you that I... Ah. Well, I see. Nobody's talking, huh?
What is it?
It was frightening.
It's all right, isn't it?
All right. I'm afraid of that.
What do you think it means?
It means you're next.
I see.
What a pleasant surprise. I must say I didn't expect you to pay me a visit.
You're not too busy, Dr. Winkler?
The name is Boris.
Then can I speak to you?
No, but naturally. It's always nice when old friends come to see me. These are all old friends. There's William, Francesco, that's Gustav, and then there's Robert. Now we can have our chat right here. Tell me, what's on your mind?
It's about the report you gave the police. Why hurt my parents like that?
Ask your father why he brought me up on charges.
You mean that's how it was?
You better tell him he's an idiot for starting with me. He's your father, I'm sorry, but he brought it up. He wants to play games, then I'll play any game he wants. Too bad.
Boris, you're too wonderful a man to behave like this.
And now you have no use for me. Is that what you want to say?
Not unless those charges are withdrawn.
Oh, but I can't stop it now. It's too late. The case has to be tried, and nobody can stop it. But if your father is innocent, if he didn't violate the law with that girl, nothing will happen to him.
Boris, it was my mother.
I see it was true. I see. You better start blaming your fool of a father for sending your mother on her way to prison. He made a mistake.
You're a lawyer, tell us.
Paragraph 180 through 181 should have given us a loophole. It certainly is too bad that it does not apply.
Too bad? So you, too, think I did something against the law? That's what my husband
Please
says.
sit down, Christa. You mustn't take this too lightly, Mrs. Teichmann.
Oh, I'm not taking it lightly, you know, and I've a good idea of what's going to happen to me. I feel that people on the street are going to stop me. Well, I guess I'd feel the same that they do if I'd heard about another mother having done this. But it seemed it was the right thing. I wanted our son to know everything. To go through life with that crowd, how could he be happy? It seemed to me it would be a magic cure to love someone. I remember how it was when we were young, Werner. A youngster should want a profession, a family, to be really happy. I know that's why I did it.
Yes, don't bother about that. I was the one who saw the boy was...
Yes, I remember you told me the boy wasn't normal, but then I went to see something.
I'd forget this explanation for now. Your motives are in evidence. And I expect your motives in respect to what you did will be considered.
I hope that I'll be spared going into court for all this business. Maybe you can settle this another way, sir. Please.
To be perfectly candid with you, as much as I may help you, I do know this. You cannot avoid a court trial.
What have you got to say? Is that true?
Yes. Why else would a lawyer say it?
Oh, but I'm innocent.
Can't you see? Your son isn't the only human being concerned. There's Gerda Butler, who also counts as a person. And the law finds that man shouldn't force his will on another person.
Yes, but they're in love.
Still?
Then there'll be a light fine.
Oh, yes, of course.
That's not too bad. What's the matter?
You must realize that it's liable to be worse than that.
He means prison.
Probably, but in this case, the court may be lenient. I say we must try to hope they'll recognize facts. I'm only being frank with you, but you must not count on an acquittal. Now, this is my honest opinion of the case. Maybe I'm making a mistake. Still under paragraph 181, you helped to procure this girl for your son. In a case where minors are involved, imprisonment is the usual sentence. I'm sorry.
They'll put me in jail. They're the criminals.
We'll take the case if you plead guilty.
But they love each other. Maybe I was wrong, but they love each other.
I feel I can be of some help. The defense can tell your side of the story in a better light. Perhaps we can soften up the judges. But your guilt, that still remains.
Yes, we'll always remain guilty.
Ah, Manfred, what brings you here?
I heard a rumor.
Yes, I'm off to Rome. But you'll get on all right without me, I'm certain of that. Where did you hear that I was flying?
From Carlos. Will he join you in Rome?
No, I want to stay alone. No Carlos, no Manfred, nothing. Well, the best of luck to you.
No, wait. Why, I'll be all alone. Without Boris, without Klaus.
Since the violations involve the son of the accused, the court has taken into consideration that this mother has incriminated herself to a great degree because of a grave concern for her child's future. The court believes that her son Klaus Teichmann was endangered through his involvement with unsuitable companions. It is not to be thought the court will condone fighting one evil with another evil, nor agree that danger to one person can be alleviated by endangering another. For besides the Teichmanns, this case involves another person, Gerda Butler. As a minor and as long as she lived in the Teichmann home, she was entrusted to the care of the accused. In view of the excellent impression this girl made during her testimony, the court cannot believe that she would have overstepped the bounds of decency and good behavior had she not been encouraged to do so by the accused. The accused will best recognize her guilt if she would for a moment assume that Gerda Butler was her own daughter really. Would she in such a case, with free mind and heart, give her daughter away to please the son of another mother, to bring normal desires back to him? The court doubts she would possibly consider it. After due consideration to the mitigating circumstances, the accused is hereby declared guilty of the charge of procuring, under paragraph 182, section 2 of the Penal Code. The court, in consideration of the special circumstances, sentences the accused to 6 months' imprisonment. Court is adjourned.
They never understood, Werner. We'll face it together.
Here are the children.
Yes. Come here.
Mother. Forgive me.
It's all done. And now you are all right.